Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving straight into something that can absolutely, fundamentally change your daily life. We're talking about quieting the noise and mastering your mind. Honestly, it's the absolute bedrock of mental mastery. A lot of people talk about reprogramming the mind, setting all these new goals, or visualizing success. But here's the secret, and it's a big one. You literally cannot paint a masterpiece on a canvas that's already covered in chaotic scribbles. You need a blank slate first. So drawing deeply from the philosophy of Eckhart Tolle's groundbreaking work, The Power of Now, this explainer is going to show you exactly how to tap into the fundamental power of stillness.
So let me ask you a question. Is your mind kinda like your noisiest neighbor? Just visualize an incredibly crowded, chaotic room where everyone is shouting over each other all at once. Is that what the inside of your head feels like? Your brain is just constantly firing off worst-case scenarios, right? Replaying that super embarrassing thing you said like 5 years ago, ruminating on past regrets, or just relentlessly scrolling through this endless, completely impossible to-do list. It's loud, it's chaotic, it's totally overwhelming, and if we're being completely honest with ourselves, that relentless mental noise is absolutely exhausting. It drains your energy before you even get out of bed in the morning.
Okay, let's dive into this paradigm shift. Think about the default state for most people, being totally driven and entangled by chaotic thoughts. It's like a massive, impenetrable knot of mental vines. And let me tell you, if your subconscious is cluttered with all that mental noise, those positive affirmations you're trying to say to yourself in the mirror, they simply will not work. No way. They just bounce right off that dark, tangled noise. To actually reprogram your mind, we have to make a major shift. We have to transition from being driven by the chaos to becoming the clear, contained observer of those thoughts. Which brings us to the absolute core realization of this entire explainer. You are not your thoughts. I'm actually going to repeat that because it is so incredibly crucial to get this. You are not your thoughts. You are the observer sitting behind the thoughts. Think about it. If you can observe a thought, well, then by definition, you can't actually be the thought itself, right? There's a you that exists beneath all that noise. And once you truly grasp this, man, it completely sets the stage for deep, unshakable mental clarity. Let's actually slow things down for a second and really picture this. Surface waves are your chaotic daily thoughts, but the depths beneath are always calm. Picture a totally stormy sea. On the surface, it's violent. The waves are crashing, the wind is just howling, the dark rain is pouring down. That turbulent surface, that's your daily mental noise. But if you dive down, deep below the surface, 10, 20, 50 feet down, the water is completely, profoundly still. It is deeply peaceful. The storm raging on the surface doesn't even disturb the deep waters below. And that deep water, that is your true state of mind. So look, the goal here isn't to somehow magically stop the storm on the surface. The goal is to intentionally disidentify from the mental chatter. By stepping back from those surface waves of the mind and sinking into the deep water, you stop wasting all of your precious daily energy on background anxiety. You just stop fighting the waves. And in doing so, you create this vast, expansive mental space that is absolutely required for deep clarity and true focus. You're literally creating the space where real mind mastery happens. Let's move to and see how this builds, because it's one thing to talk about beautiful ocean metaphors, right? But how do we actually access this deep stillness on a crazy busy Tuesday afternoon when our inbox is overflowing? Well, here is our roadmap. Number 1, the micropause. Number 2, inner body awareness. And number 3, observe without judgment. Let's break these down one by one. Step 1 is the 30-second micropause. I absolutely love this because it's so visually simple and highly practical. Imagine yourself sitting at your desk right before a high-stakes Zoom call. Your heart is racing, you're frantically scrambling through your notes, but before you click join, you just pause. You stop. You take 3 deep, conscious breaths. You feel your feet planted firmly on the floor, and you bring yourself entirely into the present moment. Actually, you know what? Let's do it right now. I'm going to stop talking, just take a breath, and experience the stillness. Do you feel that? That tiny gap of silence? That right there is exactly where your power lives. And that leads us directly into step 2, practice inner body awareness. I want you to paint a mental picture for a second. Imagine someone sitting super relaxed, maybe with their eyes gently closed.
When your brain starts racing and you feel totally overwhelmed by the noise, you simply shift your focus away from your head and down into the physical sensations of your body. Try to actually feel the aliveness, the energy just humming in your hands, or the physical sensation of your feet resting in your shoes. It sounds almost too simple, I know, but it is basically a mental circuit breaker. Anchoring your attention into your physical body instantly cuts off the energetic supply that's feeding your overthinking. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how we handle it when the thoughts inevitably try to come back, because they will. And that brings us to step 3, observe without judgment. Visualize gentle, fluffy clouds moving slowly across a calm, clear blue sky. When an intrusive, negative, or stressful thought pops up, you don't fight it. You don't get mad at yourself for having the thought. Engaging with it or fighting it just gives it more storm energy. Instead, you simply witness it, exactly like a cloud passing through the sky. You just say to yourself, ah, there goes this stressful thought, and you let it drift right on by, returning your focus to the calm blue sky behind it.
So to quiet the noise, keep this simple checklist in mind. Use 30-second micropauses to break the momentum of your day. Use inner body awareness to cut off the energy supply to your anxiety. And observe thoughts without resistance, just letting them float by, like those clouds. This is so absolutely vital to understand. True mental power isn't about aggressively controlling every single thought that enters your brain. That's impossible. True power is knowing exactly how to return to stillness whenever you choose.
Let's bring all these abstract visuals back down to practical reality for a second. A quiet mind is the ultimate canvas for a powerful self-image. This isn't just about feeling relaxed, this is about peak performance and true self-mastery. If you take these tools and practice stepping into stillness today, I promise you, you're going to notice a profound, immediate shift in your daily mental energy. You'll have way more focus, more patience, and the power to direct your life exactly where you want it to go. So I want to leave you with this final provocative challenge. Will you take a micropause today? Test this out for yourself. The very next time you go to pick up your phone or right before you open your computer, just give yourself 30 seconds, 3 breaths. If you're committing to taking back control from the noise and taking a micropause today, I want you to go down into the comments right now and type the word present. It's a small commitment, sure, but it creates a massive ripple effect. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Practice the stillness, master your mind, and I'll see you next time.